Hi everybody, welcome to today's video. It is wedding week, I think. I haven't decided yet. Before I get started showing you how to make a fun, cheap, very cheap, faux floral corsage, could I ask that you remember to comment, like, subscribe? I know you haven't seen the video yet. Just comment and say, hey, I'm watching this. And then you can come back and say something constructive or something hateful. I really don't care as long as you comment. And give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and if you want to stick around, subscribe. Please, I'm begging you. Alright, let's get this party started. I have some little spray roses that I've already cut down from a bigger bush. I think this was $3.88 at Walmart. This is, I think it says mini, no, it just says rose. Peach light pink, okay. We would typically use these mini spray roses to make a corsage, and I love making corsages. That was always my favorite thing to do. I just cut a couple down. This is a white lilac. Is that what they're calling it? Yeah, white lilac. This was either 97 cents or like $1.49 at Walmart. Recently changed their prices, and of course, you know, all these greens have got to go. I don't think I'm going to use all that. And I have some lamb's ear. Just some small pieces. I have a whole bush right here, but I think that would be a lot for one corsage. Alright, so let's see how we're going to do this. I am going to try to avoid... I like that these are just kind of together, but are they all... Each one has a peach and two pinks, and do I want the peach? So it's two pinks on it. I think I'm just going to keep the peach in there. Okay. So, I like corsages. I've always liked corsages. This is going to be a pin-on corsage because I don't have the... it's like a little elastic, and it has, you know, it goes around the wrist. And it has like a little closure thing that you would put the finished corsage in and then clamp it around there. I don't have one of those. You can get them. I don't know if they sell them at like Joann's and stuff, I would assume. Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I always got mine from the floral supply we worked with. So, there are spray roses, and all we're going to do is kind of build something that is pleasing to the eye. The problem with using faux florals is that they're harder to wire, and you don't want a bunch of bulk down here. You don't want this to be, you know, this big around, because it has to go onto a shirt, onto a wrist, and you don't want something super bulky. So I am going to, let me see how I want to do this. That could be as much bulk as you want to be. It just needs to come down to something slender that we can stick a pin through. So I think I'm going to put some of this together. This is going to be my starting point. And I'm just using the floral tape again. Or for the first time, depending on which video you're seeing first. You're just going to put it there, tug it, and pull as you turn, and it sticks to itself. Okay, so we have our roses, we have a little bit of this peeking out the back, and I want maybe just a touch of this. I don't want too much. So I'm going to trim down one of these leaves. Turn it around. So let's assume that this is always going to be our front. Well, now I want three now. Look at that. Okay, that's good. I'm going to nestle these kind of around there and tape again. Not going crazy, I'm just trying to get everything together into a little bunch. And instead of working on a bunch of bunches, like we did for the bouquet, if you've seen that yet, I'm gonna have to post that one first, I guess. We're going to work just from here. So what you want is something that is like a teardrop, like it's thinner at the top and it comes down and gets gradually bigger. I keep holding it up against my chest, like you can see that. But I don't want, let me get the one that has the 2 in here. Yeah, this looks a little bit better. You don't want, you don't want your colors next to each other. And if you could find, I mean, this is just me looking at Walmart. If you could find spray roses at Hobby Lobby or something that were all the same color, that would work great. This one's aggravating me. Go right there. You can't just like cross real flowers over. That's why it's kind of fun to use these. And I think I'm going to snip this off, but I'm going to keep it. I can move it down some because I don't want too much of that peach color. Let me take another. Let me put another one of these in here, just for something in the background. See that it's getting a little bit larger at the bottom. Just hold it tight. And once you get that tape around once or twice, it's going to be good. I wish that I could bend these a little bit more, but they're not wired all the way to the end, which is fine. Alright, so I have this back here. I want to throw another in down here, but not a full one. And do I want the 2? Maybe. You want to make these too big, because regardless of what they think, Mom is not the star of the show. Right. That was good. But you should, I know this sounds terrible to say, you should scale it in proportion with the mother of the bride. If you don't know, I mean, not that you would be making a corsage, well, I made plenty of corsages for people I never met, but if you're doing this for your wedding, you know what your mom's size is. And it's nothing like, oh, I wish she was skinny, so I gave her a little bitty corsage. But you don't want to give someone who's very petite a giant corsage, just like you don't want to give a larger person a little teeny tiny thing that looks like a boutonniere. So, keep that in mind. This one is pretty big. I'm okay with that. Let's see if I can tape this, because I'm holding like 7 stems at once. Alright, now I'm going to undo that, and you need to come over here. I wanted you right here. So we have the 3 peach roses. They're kind of like in a triangle. I like the way that looks. And then these light pink ones. A little bit of this texture, which I could use more of that. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to more of that, I guess I should say, but I'm just going to move that one up. And then maybe try to, because you can still, these aren't like completely secured in here all the way, so you can still move this up a little bit, move this down. but I don't want it to cover up any of this. And okay, so that's better. So this is a nice size corsage. It's really big, maybe too big, but you know, that's up to you. I'm a large woman, so yeah. And now I'm going to taper these down. This is my long stem. I don't know, this is probably the, yeah, this is the lavender. In theory, I'm going to taper the, wow, what is going on with this? Just cut each one down a little bit further. And make sure you've got, there goes my damn light. Make sure you've got enough to, I'm still doing it. Put it, I mean, this is big. This is like a prom corsage. And then we're gonna start at the top and do our final taping. And I'm gonna turn it a couple times to make sure everything is where it's at. And then stop, reassess, wonder how everything moved. But it's gonna move around until you get it all taped in. Just keep twisting and pulling in whatever way is easiest for you. And then I think I'm going to turn this up because I don't want to cut this to a point, but I also don't want it exposed. So I'm turning this longest stem up. Trying to flatten it, it doesn't want to flatten. And then I'm going to start like midway down, kind of where I stopped. Just because you want to make sure, especially when you're, I mean, obviously you don't want any exposed wires on anything, but definitely not something that might poke somebody. So let's make sure that that is all contained. Get that tip extra good. Take it off. And now we can go through and move things around a little bit if need be. So this is how it's going to be. And I wish I had a different ribbon to show you how to do this, but alas, it's quarantine. And like that satin ribbon they sell at Dollar Tree is perfect for this. And this purple is not going to go, but maybe the bride had ideas on what she wanted. So I'm just going to take a little bit of hot glue right here from my pot. And I'm going to start this off right there. Normally I wouldn't bother with gluing that, but I want to make that easier on everybody. Okay. I'm going to hold this upside down just so I'm not touching this all the time. And I'm going to start from the very bottom, and just like we did with our tape, we're going to wrap this. Only difference is it's not going to stick to itself. But if you want, you can always get you a little dab of glue, little dab will do ya, and anchor that on. And I'm going to cut off a length of this. Bring it around, slide it all the way to the top, pull it like my life depends on it. You can't do that with real flowers, but you know. And then I'm just going to go through and tie this again. We'll get a pin just to be extra safe. I'm going to go through that knot and into the floral tape. See, that came out the other side. That's what we don't want. Go through the floral tape and the stems and the ribbon and get it on there, and we can, if I hadn't pulled this so hard, and if this ribbon was a little nicer, we probably would have been able to save that. But let's just cut this off, like down here. And now comes the part that I have no idea how to do, even though I've done it thousands of times. I have to make a little bow. And this is bothering me, so she gotta go. I'm just gonna make sure that, okay, that pin's in all the way now. So you are not trying to break out your bow maker. You're not trying to, you know, solve some kind of crisis with this bow. It's gonna be so spectacular, it's gonna save the world. I'm just going to cut off a piece to tie off with, and I want the loops to kind of be the size of the base. So the base is from here to here, so that which, let's just measure this with this, is the size of this wood plank. And if you want to twist these, you can, but you know. I'm probably just gonna do like 4 loops on each side. That's 4 on this side. Goes 4 on this side. And then pinch it in the middle. Gotta get our what just happened? You need to come through here. Alright, see, twisting is up to you. Twisting is up to you. It doesn't matter to me because it's kind of going underneath here, so I mean, having like a super structured bow, which you're not going to get with sheer ribbon anyway. You could. Alright, now I'm going to hold this. Tie a knot. And then you can kind of open this up and move it around and do the hokey pokey. I'm going to take another little bitty, tiny, little bitty dollop of glue, stick it on the front. Stick it on the front with my tail sticking out. Oh, that looks terrible. Mostly the peach and the purple together, I think. And then take the 2 sides of the loop, not the loop, the 2 sides of the middle that we tied the knot with. I'm going to tie that once in the front, well, I mean once in the back. Pull it tight, bring bring it around to the front. You know, I don't think I'm ever going to get hired at a florist again. Thank God. And then these. Really? You don't want them super long. And there is a corsage. And the bow, that's up to you. You can do it without a bow. We just always seem to have bows because it coordinated with whatever the other colors of the wedding were. But if you had like cream, pink, yeah, I would probably use a cream color with this. And if you have anything else you want to add in, you can glue it. I think this is fine. You know, you can glue it into here. Don't glue it onto the handle because we just made that so nice and neat. And then you would get a pearl-headed pin, which I cannot find anywhere, and I know that I have thousands of them from when I used to quilt, but can't tell you where one's at. You stick it in the back of here for safekeeping, and then when you pin it on, it would go up against the chest, the dress, whatever, and you would just go take a bite of this back piece through the dress, the fabric, whatever, back out, and then back into here. So the bottom of the pin would be inside like this, because again, you don't want an exposed pin everywhere. So that is how you make a wedding corsage, or homecoming, prom, whatever. I like prom corsages because everybody would be like, I'm wearing a dress that's purple and orange and it's got tiger print and faux fur. Can you make that all? And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Whatever you want, Tiffany. It's your big day. It's weird how much proms are like weddings. Anyway, so there you go. Nice big mother of the bride, mother of the groom, aunts. Usually we did aunts, sisters if they're not in like the wedding party, you know, stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Just imagine this is a pretty peach or a pink or a cream, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.